Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt, and today is Tuesday, June 23rd. It's been a couple days, but here I am. Okay, yep, we did another training session. We do have two more training sessions coming up. One is going to be in Chicago, that's going to be live, and one is going to be in the Tampa area, that's going to be live. I know I was going to take the summer off, but that's not working out. We just did three more people the last couple of days. And I want to make sure everybody's ready for the fall and when the market's really getting ready to move. So any requests, I'm really trying to fulfill every request I have. So if you have any interest in Chicago or the Tampa area, please feel free to email me right through the website, and I will respond and we will set it up. So Chicago and Tampa, those will be the next two areas, and it'll be soon. So get back to me as soon as possible, or Ray, or just do it right through the website. I think we're a little over 35 people right now that have been fully trained and are ready and doing very well. What I'd like to do now is get into the S&P 500. We have options expiration that took place, which was triple witching on Friday. Okay, this past Friday. What's coming up next is the quarterlies, and the quarterlies they usually push higher. And when we alerted the calls in this area here, it was a great move up to this gap. That was the target. Didn't quite fill the gap, missed it by a few cents, so of course we're going to have to go back and get that gap. But if you notice the last few days, it's been very choppy. Now, excuse me. So, just for the record, a few people have asked, well, where are all the monster runners that you had in, for those 4 month period down in December and January and November and October? I will explain that in just a minute as I add something to the end of this video. But for now, let's take a look at this, and I will explain everything. So let's just draw what's going on here, and let's get the story. The story is we're consolidating. Okay, so after this move up, we are consolidating. If you know what support is, it's going to be this gap area. We still haven't hit that yet, but we came very close to this acting as support. Actually, we pretty much did hit it. Okay, so yeah, the green one held as a support. We do have this other lower gap here, so let's get that marked out too. Okay, so we do have our lower box support right here, and we do have our upside resistance right here. Okay, so we have our top and we have our bottom of consolidation. When you're in chop like this and you're playing weeklies, you are in big trouble because you are not going to make any money. Okay, and this is why in the class I teach what I teach and how to do this and handle this in a certain way. Okay, so let's throw this trend line down right here. We'll just keep it as close to this as possible. Okay, so this is the current trend line. It's in an uptrend. Okay, and we know we have the resistance on the downtrend. Okay, because it is in a downtrend, and here's the resistance. It just keeps working off of the top candle here, here, and now here. Okay, so we're going to work off the wicks, not the hammer. If you want to work off the hammer, you're more than welcome to. But if you go to the wicks, you'll see that there'll be the big difference after they break that. And they did break it at one point today, so that's why I did in the last hour. So that's why I'm moving them up to here, because this is going to be next resistance, okay? And that's why it stopped and it pulled back down, okay? So it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, okay? So it's trading in this, 20-cent range here, 30-cent range here. So you're not going to make any money doing the options that way, but what you need to do is have this finish this move to the upside and then reverse to the downside. But as you notice, the last hour today, you could see finally the Bollinger Bands are starting to spread. Okay, so that means it's getting ready to do something. There's more buying than more selling, because you're starting to curve on the top, and the bottom is just still drifting to the upside. So we're going to get a move here very shortly. Okay, now we missed this gap by 7 cents. Okay, and remember, this is the hourly chart. I'm sorry, we are on the hourly. This is broken down in a very small time frame. Okay, so right now we trade from here to here, from here to here. That's all we have right now. There's nothing else we can work off of, okay? And we're in that consolidation. No big deal. We just have to work with what we have and make sure we have enough time on our side. Our relative strength index is at 50, and as a reminder, we do absolutely nothing at 54, because you don't know if it's going to go up or down, and you can't maximize what your trade is going to be. So your plan will be wrong, or set up wrong, or planned wrong, okay? What you're looking for is an entry at the very top or the very bottom, whatever the case may be. You just have to plan for it and make sure you maximize the entire trade. Okay, so based on the hourly right now, you can see it's not doing anything. Something has to break here shortly, but we'll get that trigger about 3 o'clock where you can see the Bollinger Band right here. that needs to that's starting to spread, which is great. And this didn't dive down like you see here, okay? But you do see this one popping up prior to this one moving down and spreading. Okay, so that means we're getting ready to spread to the upside, in my opinion. Typically, that's what happens. So if we switch this now to the daily, and let's see what we have on the daily. Same thing, okay. But if you notice, these candles are getting higher and higher. Okay, they're closing, even though they're red. Okay, they're closing above each other every single time. All right. So they're pretty much head faking, and there's some curiosity in what's going to happen in the market, and that's what people are wondering, But we have enough room on the daily to power forward and power down, okay? But you have, all these bottoms in place here, okay, and you have all these tops in place here. All right, and you can see you just started here to turn to the upside, okay, and this one's still flat. So directional reasons, with this starting to spread, typically we go to the upside. Now, the first upside we have after this blue line is broken is this gap close right here. And will that take this to 70? No, it'll probably take it to 56. Okay, so there's room for more upside here, and we have to figure that part out. Now, looking at this as much as we possibly can, okay, and full analyzing, we have this high and this low right here. This is our consolidation box, okay? So we have a double bottom in place here, and we have a double top in place here, okay, off this highest candle right here. And again, I'm using the bodies until I don't. That's why we stopped right here and we pulled back down again. But this move wasn't done. They stopped it on the middle Bollinger Band on support and brought it upside. Okay, and that's what that trend line was. So right now it's saying I'm going to come up here to this upper area of 213.42. Okay, and that'll give me a triple top and my relative strength index probably around 65, 68 in that area. All right. So what we could get is a little poke above, which will probably, at this point, the Bollinger Band will probably be up here to around 214 and then roll over with the relative strength index at 50. And this is how you want to analyze these things, okay? And the other thing that we want to look at that's very important is the channel that we're in. So let's look at the weekly and see the channel, just so we have less candles and more to work with here in a tighter view. Okay, so we have the support right here. Okay, so this is your downside support right here. That's absolutely perfect. There's your candles, there's your candles, there's your wicks, all nice, nice, nice. So on the top side, you have to do the same thing. And here's our last high right here. So let's work off of that on the bodies. Okay, and as you can see, you have resistance, resistance, all from this candle here. Now, if you want to move it up a little higher, you can. If you put it up in this area, that'll be your next area. So what you're looking at is two areas on the daily. Okay, it's this area here, which if we line this up on the weekly, your relative strength is at 57. We line this up, typically for next week, we're looking at 213.80. Or if you want to do it for this week, if we can get a power candle this week, it's going to be 213.80. Okay, if we get that spike to the upside, okay, then you're going to have that top, and that is going to bring you to the upper Bollinger Band, and that's going to bring you overextended to 214.46. Okay, that will take this relative strength index to 65 to 68, and then it's going to have to reset. There's going to be way too much resistance there. Now, what I was talking about at the beginning, look at how tight these Bollinger Bands are. Okay, and same with the daily. All right, so everything is consolidating. Now, what you want to look at, and this is just real quick, I'm going to show you this. I teach this in class, and I'm going to add this indicator right here, and we're going to look at this real quick, and you can see the SPY used to trade on an average of 335 a day. It's trading that's a day. It's a daily chart. Now it's $1.88. Okay, if you look at Apple, okay, it used to trade up here at 2.99 a day. Now it's trading at $1.56 and even lower. Okay, if you look at PCLN, it was trading what, 35, 30 bucks, 25. Okay, now it's trading 15. So if you're playing weeklies hoping for a $30 move on this, it's not going to happen. Okay, and you can go through all of the stocks. There are no more big moves right now. That's why my alerts aren't going out, because it's suicide. Okay, Google, it used to trade up here to 10 bucks. Now it's trading 7. Okay, and when with this ATR, just to let you know, a simple thing with the ATR is that $7 or $10 or $15, whatever the case may be, that's an up and down move for the whole day. Okay, that's not one direction. So if you're ready to learn all these little tricks, gadgets, gizmos, and things, how to do this stuff so you can make money even in the slow times, okay, and make sure you sign up for the class. We're doing them online. We're doing them at the same time, traveling and doing them. So Tampa, Chicago next. Let me know if anybody's interested, and also online. Um, it's much better in person, but online is just as fantastic. All right, so that's Spy in a nutshell. Look for hire. This is Matt over at Milestone, and I will see you tomorrow morning in the chat room. Watch these channels; they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and your money that you're making is less and less and less and less and less on these moves. Okay, you're lucky to get 30, 40, 50%, so you better grab the dead bottom or the dead top. Have yourself a great afternoon.